What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. So I made another payout, man. I made another payout on my 15k account, and I am up 4% on my 50k challenge. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Craig, and this is where I document my journey as I work towards becoming a consistently profitable trader, man. So welcome to the journey. Be sure to hit the like and that subscribe button so that you get notified every time I drop. So today I'm going to talk about a few things. There's a few things that I want to talk about, like payouts, like consistent propform payouts, and then I'll talk about risk management, how I managed to stay alive in the propform journey and not blow my accounts for like 8 months. Is it now 9 months? I'm not even sure. I've had an account for like 9 months and I've bought more accounts. So I'd like to talk about that, and I'd like to talk about what's the other thing? I'd like to talk about channeling your trades. So right now I'm just going to make my breakfast and then eat that. Then after that I'm gonna sit down and we will talk like deeply into these things, like payouts, what it means to be getting payouts, what it means to have a bi-week payout. Does it mean that you'll be getting payouts all the time or anything? So I'll explain my journey to you, how I've been getting these payouts, how I've been managing to get payouts day and day, and show you like the real side of getting payouts in trading. So because someone might think that you'll be getting payouts every single time, but which is not true. And I like to also talk about the risk management part and the channeling part, so that we are good men. And I'll show you how my journey is going. So I'm up 4% on my 50k account, and my 50k account, and my 15k is currently at break even right now because I made a withdrawal, and my 5k is 0.3% in profit, which is going to be taken out today or tomorrow because there is a payout to maybe today is the 28th, so which means my account is at break even right now. I'm going to check it, and yeah, man, we'll talk about those accounts. We'll talk about those accounts. We'll talk about payouts. We'll talk about risk management, and we'll talk about channeling. So see you in a few minutes. Let me just make my breakfast and I'll talk to you guys.
Shorty in a minute. She asked how I am, I said calm. She said I'm the man, I said in it. Posted up with my dog at yard. If you got a friend for my friend, then bring it. When I was broke, hardcore like December, but now I'm up, my step got springing. Baby, turn it around and spin it. I'm trying to bring your back and then dig it. I ain't unknown in a team, I did it. Park the sprinter outside of the club, tell bro, but you jump out quick and fill it. Say you're a good girl, said that you're timid. I think she a freak and don't wanna admit it. I think she a freak and don't wanna add. Now it's private room, we don't go shop floor. I was pouring out champagne glasses, spilling. You only spent one day of us chilling. Now you don't wanna live saying where you were living. I get gal, I don't rape no women. Free all they get back, sat in a jail. They ain't learning a skill, but they're barber trimming. Trust no one, I seen past the sinning. You honestly think if I go for 100k on the table, my dog won't kill him. DXB, I'm with packs, I rap, he traps, but he got the same car, I would paint. Written on 16 bars or lyrics. Got rich without our father figures. No drama, could've calm my spinning. It's not Carti on my arm, it's a Richard. Well, go on. I ain't seen Shorty in a minute. She asked how I am, I said calm. She said I'm the man, I said in it. Posted up with my dog at yard. If you got a friend for my friend, then bring it. When I was broke, hardcore like December, but now I'm up, my step got springing. Baby, turn it around and spin it. I'm trying to bring your back and then dig it. I ain't unknown in a team, I did it. Park the sprinter outside of the club, tell bro, but you jump out quick and fill it. Say you're a good girl, said that you're timid. I think she a freak and don't wanna admit it. I think she a freak and don't wanna add. Now it's private room, we don't go shop floor. I was pouring out champagne glasses, spilling. You only spent one day of us chilling. Now you don't wanna live saying where you were living. I get gal, I don't rape no women. Free all they get back, sat in a jail. They ain't learning a skill, but they're barber trimming. Trust no one, I seen past the sinning.
Yo, so since my first ever payout, which was last year in November, if I'm correct, I think 27 November, I've made about 7 more payouts, which makes a total of 8 payouts. Let me fix my chair. So first of all, we're going to talk about payouts, right? And I just want to make it clear that, of course, with propforms we have like a bi-weekly payouts and sometimes 5-day payouts and sometimes 21-day payouts and or a month payouts. So I'm going to put a clip of me making my latest withdrawal, my latest payout right here. And once I talk about payouts, you can see me making another payout on my 15K account, man. So payouts, this is when you withdraw like your profits, your propform profits from a certain propform like Fundednext, Funded Trader, Funded Elite, Funding Peeps, and many more. This chair is kind of irritating me, and many more, right? So consistent payout, it doesn't mean that you will be getting payouts every 2 weeks, man. Yes, you have like a chance, you have the opportunity to get your payout every 2 weeks, but that's not how it really goes. So yeah, man, that's not how it really goes. Like sometimes you might have a full month or 1.5 months or even 2 months without getting any payout, which is still okay, because sometimes you might get it to draw down and you have to get out of drawdown to make a withdrawal. So that's is it the downside of propform trading, or is it the way they hold you back or something? So sometimes people, when they get into drawdown, that's where they go wrong. That's where they start blowing their accounts, because once you feel like you've been in drawdown for like a month and you haven't made a withdrawal and you have bills to pay and you have your phone bill to pay, man, of course you start increasing your risk trying to get out of that drawdown. So that's why you need to have like multiple streams of income. If you have bills to pay, you have to have like multiple streams of income, so that when your propform is not paying you, you can get money from elsewhere to pay your bills, to pay your subscriptions, to pay your trading view subscriptions and etc, man. So consistent payouts or bi-weekly payouts doesn't mean that every 2 weeks you're going to get that payout, man. That's the truth. Because with my 5K account, I made my last withdrawal I think in April. Yeah, my last withdrawal on my 5K account was in April, and right now we are in July, about to go into August, which means April, May, June, July. Man, it's been 3 months. May, June, July. It's been 3 months since I made a withdrawal or a payout on my 5K account. Luckily, I managed to get funded with the 15K account. Then I've made 3 withdrawals on that account, which covers some of the months that I didn't make any withdrawal on the 5K account. But I'm about to make another withdrawal on the 5K account. It's a very, very small withdrawal, so I'm not going to even count it as a withdrawal. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like, you might be thinking of starting your funded journey, buying a funded account, but don't go in with the mindset that you're going to make a withdrawal all the time, because you are definitely not going to make a withdrawal every time, and you should be okay with staying for quite a while without making a withdrawal. So everyone's journey is different and everyone's strategy is different, so it might be different for you or anyone else, but that's my experience, that's my journey, and I'm sharing it to you. So how I've managed to, another thing I wrote down is how I've managed to keep my accounts alive even if I am having 6 trade losing streaks. So I think it was last month in June, I had a 6, June coming into July, I had a 6 trade losing streak, which means for my account, for my 15K account, which is a maximum drawdown of 6%, you already understand what would have happened. I would have maybe gone very close to my maximum drawdown or breached my account if I was in drawdown. So what I do when I am experiencing such scenarios is I reduce my risk. Yeah, man, I reduce my risk. So someone might think that reducing your risk is bad because you won't make as much as you are supposed to make, and you might have your own reasons, but my reasons for me reducing my risk is so that when I'm having such losing streaks, like when I'm having such bad months, I can survive for the next month, I can survive for the next 2 months. Because look at it this way, I haven't made a withdrawal on the 5k account since April, and now I'm going to make a small withdrawal from the 5k account after being in drawdown for 3 months or 2 months, which is crazy, man. And I've survived that withdrawal, that drawdown, and I can now make a payout. So for you to stay long, if you see that your strategy, you are not so perfect at following your rules, because we are not robots, man. So if you see that you're not so perfect at following your rules, reduce your risk to maybe 0.6%, 0.5%, any number that you are comfortable with. So what I do is, let's say I'm down 3% on my account, then I feel like if I lose 1% and I'm down 4%, I wouldn't feel good about this, and I'm not feeling so good about risking 1%, this certain amount on this certain account size. So that's why I reduce my risk. Then after reducing my risk, maybe I get a 1:3 trade, which means from 0.5 I make 1.5. Then I'm like, okay, now I can now risk 0.8%, which is 1% for me, because I now have a buffer. I now feel confident about taking more risk on my account, and my target will be just to get out of that current drawdown. So once I'm in drawdown, my target is getting out of drawdown, and then after that we'll see if we're getting a payout. Because once you start looking at payouts whilst you're in drawdown, that's where you over risk, that's where you lose your mind and take trades that you're not supposed to take. Because for me to have these 6 trade losing streaks, it's not because of my strategy, it's because of my psychology, it's because I was forcing trades. Let's say you lose, bro, like take it like this, you lose 3 trades, you've lost 3 trades in a row, your 4th trade, what are you going to do? You're going to feel like you're going to miss out. If you see a setup and you're not so sure, you're doubtful about the setup, you're going to feel like, what if I don't take this setup and it goes in my direction? That's the psychology part of trading. Those thoughts that you start having when you are having losing streaks, those thoughts that you start having when you're having winning streaks. When you're having winning streaks, you get too confident. When you're having losing streaks, you get doubtful. And that's where sorry for my bad language, but that's where it messes up everything, and you get more losing trades, and you have to just calm down, take a step back, review your notes, review your strategy notes, and just go with the flow with your strategy, man. So the part about payouts and risk management, I am done. Oh, I wanted to say another thing I wanted to talk about is for your strategy, you only need at least a 40% win rate strategy to be profitable, man. And you have to just have proper risk management, and you survive, man. Have a healthy risk to reward ratio. Like for me, it's at least 1:2.5 going up, or 1:2 sometimes, if I'm risking maybe 0.8%, but normally I want a 1:2.5 going up. Then after that, we have to have a proper journal. When you're journaling your trades, man, it doesn't mean that you have to put your entry price, like I entered at this price and exited at this price, then you just take a screenshot. No, man, journaling your trades is taking notes on how you execute your trades, man, how you go into trades, how you take trades in a day-to-day. So journaling your trades doesn't mean that you just put your enterprise and exit price, because MT5 already has that for you, man. So But what you need to write down on your journal, so I use notion.com for my journaling. What you need to write down for your journaling, like your feelings before entering a trade. For example, I was doubtful, I feared missing out. Like fear is either you feel fear like FOMO, you are doubtful of that trade, or you are revengeful. Being revengeful is maybe after a loss, then you want to go in again. That's being revengeful. Then also you can count it as greed. So it's either you doubtful, fearful, revengeful, or just calm and confident. So for me, I have these 4 categories of feelings, or 4 types of feelings that I can experience when I'm taking a trade. So of course the most profitable one is when I'm calm and confident, but it doesn't mean that every time when I'm calm and confident I'll win a trade. Then sometimes I win trades when I'm doubtful, and when I'm fearful I try to not take any trade, because it means that it's either I'm risking too much for my account, or I just don't want to take that trade. Then revengeful or greedy, you're not doing that, man. Once you take a losing trade, step out of the markets, you're done for the day, because I have this one trade a day rule. So yeah, then you can also add your point of interest, like the point of interest that you used. It's either you're using a fair value gap, you're using a S&P, you're using a trend line, you're using anything that you use on a strategy, but just the broad point of interest, not your entry point of interest, but the broad and point of interest, like what's pushing the markets to the direction that you want to trade to. Then you can add your entry. What did you use for entries? You used the fair value gap, you used the S&P, you used the engulfing candles, you used anything that you use for your strategy. You used I don't even know what other people use. You used the head and shoulders, but head and shoulders might be also a point of interest. So, but most importantly, you have to describe your overall trade. Like just write a short paragraph, like notes describing your trade, how it went. Like, okay, for example, my point of interest, I'm taking this trade from a fib retracement of 0.71 level, and the market is respecting my moving averages, my bearish moving averages, so I'm taking a sell position using a fair value gap. And you also have to add the session using a fair value gap during London session. Then the trade, after I entered the trade, consolidated for a little bit, and then it started to push towards the New York session. Then New York session, it retraces back to my 50 SMA to then get another push to then hit my take profit, which was at the previous day's lows, which was at the previous week's lows. That's the example of how you can describe your trade, so that when you come back to your journal, you are reading your journal. Okay, this is what happened. I saw this, I did this, I did this, I did this. If I done this, if I had added a position at that place, I would have made more profit. If I had moved my stop at break even, let's say the trade goes to your stop loss, if I move my stop at break even at this point. So it's like you have notes of your strategy, man. So that's one thing. Describe your trades, man. Like short notes describing your trades. It doesn't take that much of your time. Like you can do that when you're now sleeping. Maybe it's the end of the day, your trades have played out, and you're just going through your journal, like completing your journal. Like you start describing, okay, this is what happened today when I saw this and this, the market reversed and did this and did this and did this. The next day you do the same, the next day you do the same. You see repetition, and you start to see your A+ setups and the B setups. And other things to add are like, of course, you have to take screenshots or just copy the image on TradingView and paste it on your journaling template or Notion or whatever you use, or spreadsheet or whatever you use, man. So image is the direction of your trade, whether it's a sell or a buy, the trend direction, your risk reward achieved. Like let's say your trade went to 1:3, put that 3 RR or 2 RR, so that you see the average, or yeah, you see the average risk reward that you use, like then your risk percentage for that trade and your risk gain, so that you can compare your risk to reward against your risk gain. Because your risk to reward is like you are putting, when you lose a trade you say -1 R, right? Then when you win a trade you say +3 R. Then after the month is done, you're looking at that journal. You see that if you were risking 1% on each trade, which is -1 R, you would have taking those profits, you'd have made maybe 5 RR. But then of course you were sometimes in drawdown and you reduced your risk and everything, but then at the end of the month you actually made 2%, which is like 2 RR. So you can now compare and construct, sorry, I'm trying to catch a breath. So you can now look at that channel and be like, okay, if my win rate was maybe 60%, I would be risking 1%. Or if I'm in profit, or if my account is at a good balance, I can just risk 1% and I'll have a more profitable month, other than the month where you like reducing your risk and stuff. Because reducing your risk is just to keep your capital and to keep your account alive, you know. So you do that, you put risk to reward achieved, risk percent, the risk that you use in percentage, then the risk gain or loss. So I think I'll show somewhere here how I do it and how I compare these two and see if I'm willing to risk more on the account, how much would I have made. Or I can even add on another column for, let's say my risk is 1.5%, then I just compare the, you can even add more columns, like compare the 0.5%, 1%, 1.5%, 2%, and just see at the end of the month how you would have performed. I haven't done that, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to add it to my journal, like 1.5%, and see how I would have performed in that month, and just see like my losing streaks, how much I would have lost in a 6 trade losing streak. Would I have blown my account? Would I have survived? And just go through that. So yeah, man, this is about today's video. I made a withdrawal. I'm up 4% on my account and I'm good, man. So be sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell so that you get notified every time I drop. I'll be dropping more videos like this, where I explain clearly what's going through my head, what's going through my journey, what's happening in my journey. And yeah, man, I'll take it through this 50k journey until we are funded with maybe 400k, because soon we'll be funded with 70k, the 20k that you're already funded with, plus the 50k, which is in challenge phase right now. So the 50k is in challenge phase right now, phase 1. I have to pass phase 1 and pass phase 2, then I'll see you on the next one.
Okay, bye.